All right, YouTube. It's pretty common to have a fastener that you want to make sure doesn't go anywhere. And one of the ways of going about that is a thread locking compound. We're going to try some Loctite 243. That's the blue. Some red 271. And I thought I'd throw something in a little different. We got just household super glue and some JB weld. So I made a basic test stand. We're gonna apply these products, let them cure, and see how much torque it takes to remove them. I'll be using a snap-on digital torque wrench. I have not had it calibrated recently, but I do believe it to be in calibration. So we're gonna check this out. All right, you can see I've got a test rig made up here. It's just some 5/16 national course. It would be 5/16 18 thread. I'm just going to start off with the clean dry threads and a plain nut without any kind of thread lock. And we're just going to torque this to 15 foot-pounds. The first one I want to try is just some red Loctite 271. I'm going to put it kind of at the base of where the threads would be. I'm going to put a little more just for good measure. Now we're going to try some blue Loctite 243. These last two are the ones I've always been curious about. So we're going to try, it's Loctite brand, but it's just regular super glue. This is the gel, so I'm going to kind of spread it around. Now this last one, we're just going to try some JB weld. I've always wondered how it would do. So I personally think this last one's going to have an unfair advantage over the others. I try to get a liberal amount around the threads. All right, now we're going to let these cure for 24 hours. We'll come back to this tomorrow. So it's actually been probably more than 48 hours. We're going to start with our bolt that was torqued to 15 foot-pounds without any thread retaining compound. See what it takes to break it loose. Looks like 11.3. Now, we're going to jump over and check the red Loctite. Looks like the highest one was 15.4. It's still pretty tight coming off. We actually didn't gain as much on that one as I expected. Here's the blue Loctite. .5. It's actually a little bit underwhelming. I'm going to come over here and now we're going to try just plain old super glue. .4. Now this one I think will probably be surprising. We're going to try the JB Weld. .26. You can see our red Loctite. We actually had plenty on there. Same thing with the blue super glue. You can see some of the residue from that. And there's our JB Weld. Well, there you have it. It's not a scientific test by any means. It's probably as close as I'm going to get at home. I am surprised that the red and blue Loctite weren't stronger than what they are. It's also not surprising at all that the JB Weld was the strongest. It's just something interesting I wanted to check out. I thought I'd share it with everybody. Thanks a lot.